Assalamu alaikum and welcome to a brand new episode of Your Events. I'm your host Sabia Kamali. We're here to celebrate the achievement and contribution made by British Sri Lankan in the UK today. I'm at this prestigious venue, Lord's Cricket Ground, and I'm super excited to speak to our guest tonight. Joined by the chairman of Brisla organisation.
It's very nice of you to have me here. We're very delighted that Islam Channel is supporting us as always. There's a tremendous amount of atmosphere here. We're very lucky and grateful to all the community members from all different backgrounds to come here and support our cause. Which is obviously, as you may know, is promoting diversity and unity between all different communities in UK, Sri Lanka. We want to connect all the different people. And of course, the main issue now is to make sure that we promote the awareness in the general public of social integration. That's why the Brisla Awards was founded. And it's gained a lot of traction over the last few years. Each year we're gaining marginally, and with support like yours and some all the guests here, 120 plus, we're able to celebrate and recognize the work done by these wonderful secret heroes who have made a difference in people's lives. Hopefully the Brisla Awards will allow a platform for them to show what they have contributed to society, and also showcase their work and their successes.
Super excited to speak to the Acting High Commissioner of Sri Lanka today, so His Excellency.
I'm Sugeshwara Gunaratne.
It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure to meet you too. What are you doing here tonight?
Well, the Brisla Awards has been a unique community event here in the UK. We have here in the UK about 400,000 Sri Lankans, and which translate into about 100 different organizations representing the many facets of Sri Lankan community life here in the UK. So the Brisla Awards is one that seeks to recognize individuals for their activism within the community and for what they have been doing, maybe charitable work, maybe working to augment UK-Sri Lanka relations, and maybe any other work that helps both Sri Lanka and the UK here.
So how long have you guys been working with this organization?
I think compared with the many Sri Lankan organizations here, the Brisla is relatively new, but within a small span of time, Brisla has been working to build community linkages and also build bridges between the UK and Sri Lanka, as well as engage in a number of charitable projects both in Sri Lanka and here in the UK.
Let me also begin by commending Sima and his team for the elaborate arrangements made this evening and for the invitation to be present here today. The British Sri Lanka Association, when compared with the large number of Sri Lankan associations here in the UK, and when I say large number of associations, that means a number over 100. I don't know exactly how many.
So what was the purpose behind creating an organisation like this? It's one of its kind, isn't it?
I was observing society quietly, and I noticed there was no coordinating organisation for all different communities in the UK and Sri Lanka. And I felt very strongly about this. I sort of firmly believe that we all should work together because diversity is essential for all tiers of society. at an executive level, at a professional business, and at a grassroots level. So, obviously, as you all know, or certainly research has shown that diversity increases divergent thinking. Divergent thoughts are important for originality and creativity. And this is important for us to move society forward. And we want to make sure that we don't stop here. We want to keep pushing the boundaries of science, art, and society forward, so that in the future we're not equal to what we were yesterday. We want to slowly and surely improve and improve and improve, and hopefully, we are making slow but challenging progression with that. If we can make a small difference in society, we'll be very happy.
Ask how intelligent somebody is. Ask rather, how is that person intelligent? Dancing, we think that we can't do anything. We think we can't paint, we can't talk in public, we can't give presentations, we can't be a leader, and you go to your grave with these limitations inside us. And the greatest thinker of all, a thinker who no education secretary has ever heard of, but mind you, no education secretary I've ever met, and I asked all of them to explain what education means, and not one of them knows what education means. They're okay on the secretary's bit, but they're not really good on education. Education means to, do you know this, to lead out.
So I'm Sir Anthony Selden. I'm the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Buckingham, which is Britain's leading independent university.
Excellent. And what are you doing here tonight?
Well, I'm here fundamentally because I love Sri Lanka. I've always had a great affection for it, been there often, taken my children there, and in particular I think the work that Brisla does is really enterprising, very successful, and I'm so pleased to be speaking tonight to celebrate this wonderful organisation and this incredible dinner here at Lord's, the home of cricket. My only complaint is I haven't yet been asked to play for England, but maybe Sri Lanka might ask me.
Maybe we did. Well, have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I think everybody's having a good time here, aren't they? That's what it's about, isn't it? And to celebrate, I mean, Brisla does such a good job.
I see a lovely medal around your neck. Tell me a bit more about it.
It's a Sri Lankan medal called the Ratna, and that's a medal given to foreigners who have done something special for the country. And I think in principle it was because my wife and I saw the tragedy of tsunami on Boxing Day in England. I rang the High Commission the day after, and my wife's a doctor. I said the two of us would like to come out to help, and about 8-9 days later we were in Sri Lanka and the Maldives helping basically make sure that the authorities overseas were doing the right thing.
That's fantastic. So what are you doing here tonight?
I think I'm a guest here. I mean, I'm president of the All-Party Sri Lanka Group. I'm also vice chairman of the All-Party Sri Lankan Muslim Group. So we have a group in the Lords and Commons who take a deep interest in Sri Lanka. I'm president of it, active in it, writing and speeches and questions. And so we're deeply involved in what's happening in Sri Lanka.
My name's Wasim Khan. I'm the Chief Executive of Leicestershire County Cricket Club. Well, I've been invited by Brisla to come and talk a little bit about my story. I was born and brought up in inner city Birmingham. I was fortunate enough to be the first British-born Pakistani to play professional cricket in England. I then ran a national project, a charity, and raised £55 million, trying to get cricket back into state schools, and to try and really break down as many barriers as possible in terms of getting all different communities working together, playing together, and integrating together. Look, in terms of the Brisla Awards, I think it's critical that the Sri Lankan community is rewarded and recognised. I think they contribute a huge amount. You hear a lot about the Sikh and the Hindu and the Muslim communities in this country, but not a great deal about the Bangladeshi or indeed the Sri Lankan communities. So I think tonight's a great way to celebrate everything that the Sri Lankan community achieves and what it's doing for the economy in this country, but also society in terms of bringing communities together. And I think no better way to celebrate that than being here at Lord's tonight. I just want to highlight the importance of what sport can actually do in terms of breaking down barriers. No race, no creed, no religions. Everyone's sort of treated the same, and I think that's the wonderful attributes sport has. I was lucky, I think, in the fact I haven't had a huge number of obstacles because I played professional cricket, so I had a lot of credibility, and I've stayed in the sport. So that's obviously helped me in terms of progressing. I studied, I did an executive MBA early into my 40s, which obviously helped with my credibility to then move into administration. But obstacles are always there in everything that you do in life, but I tend to try and focus on the things I know I can achieve and don't worry too much about those things.
My name is Jeremy Viscomi, and I'm the Vice President of Global Marketing for Premier Oilfield Group, and we actually own Corex. The chairman of Corex is one of my colleagues and has been very involved with Brisla, and tonight we're one of the sponsors of the event, and as I learn more, I'm relatively new to this event, as I learn more, it's a great association that seems to be doing a lot of great work. This is a topic that is not typically talked about in the U.S. in a mainstream stage. So to be here at this event and learn more about the British and Sri Lankan relationship was a positive for me, something that I can take back to the States and share with my friends and colleagues. And so I'm very excited to be here. I thought his speech was great, and it got me motivated to do more. The chairman's speech when he opened up was terrific. I thought it was passionate, but it got my attention.
Coming to an event like this, in a location like this, is really a special evening, and for such a good cause. And when we see the awards that are going to be presented tonight, I think everyone will be very impressed by the efforts that people go to build bonds between Britain and Sri Lanka, and to do wonderful charitable things, and it's nice to be part of that. My name is Graham Robertson. I am chairman of a company called Corex, a part of the Premier Oilfield Services Group. We have a network of laboratories around the world doing geological analysis for the international oil industry, all the major oil companies, trying to help them improve their production or find oil, really, or
Do you have a company in Sri Lanka as well?
We don't, but I've been talking to a lot of people that I meet here at the Brisla Awards, and we hope that to help Sri Lanka maybe achieve more in the way of its hydrocarbon production would be wonderful if we could.
My name's Simon Banton. I'm a brigadier in the British Army. I'm here as part of the British Army's outreach programme, where we're seeking engagement with all of the communities that are resident in Britain. And very fortunately, I do know Zamar from old, and he's kindly invited me here tonight to the Sri Lankan Association.
I'm James Taurus, I'm British High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Ambassador to Maldives, and I'm delighted to be here with you this evening. I'm here because it's the Brisla annual prize giving, and the role that the Sri Lankan community plays here in the UK is an important role. I've just been talking to the guests at this evening's dinner about how important it is that a community as large and as important and as varied as the Sri Lankan community here in the UK. I've been talking about the importance of the example it can set as Sri Lanka tries so hard to take forward a process of reconciliation that is needed properly to heal the wounds that conflict causes back at home.
as the British High Commissioner. Sri Lanka is in the Commonwealth, so I'm a British High Commissioner. If Sri Lanka were not in the Commonwealth, then I would be the British Ambassador. And my role is to represent the interests of the British government and of the wider UK in its dealings with the Sri Lankan government and with Sri Lankan industry, civil society, for example.
We've been very privileged to have associated ourselves intergovernmentally and between UK and Sri Lanka, and also in the Commonwealth. UK and Sri Lanka were one of the first two countries of the association which were part of the Commonwealth structure. So we've been getting involved with different individuals in different countries in the Commonwealth, like Australia, Seychelles, Nigeria, Cyprus. So we've been trying to promote multilateral relationships all around on an intergovernmental level. We're also trying to focus on sustainability. We feel very strongly about the need to make a difference because UK and Sri Lanka, of course, two islands, we're exposed to the ocean and the seas. And what we don't want to do is in another 100 years to have a smaller landmass than what we have now. We don't want to be have water in our coast, and it's very important we care for tomorrow's generation today.
When you say you don't want water in your coast, how are you going to prevent that from happening?
Very good question. One of the first things we're doing is really supporting some of the work that the UK government is doing in terms of plastics, working with the government in business, ensuring their sustainability. One of the things we're trying to promote is ensuring all businesses have a sustainable ability report. At the moment it's optional, but hopefully in time it'll become a definite legal obligation. In that way we'll know what each company is doing in a transparent way.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It's a great event. I hope you have a great evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Tonight, met some amazing people, learned so much about Sri Lanka. Unfortunately, it's time to go home. Until next time, take care. Assalamu alaikum.